Guys, welcome to another game of WARNO. In this game, I just want to show you how I dealt with an aggressive player who rushed with a lot of recon and helicopters. So this player that I'm going against on the right side, he pretty much bypasses the first 2 points and spams helicopters and recon up the middle to try and overwhelm me. So before the match started, I realize that there is a pretty big gap here between Kilo and this next point, and I know I don't want to get caught out trying to make it to the middle of this map to set up a front line. So instead of trying to push out to get to Lima, I decide to set up a nice front defensive line right here. It kind of lines up with the middle of the map. That way I play a little bit more, I guess, cautiously and allow myself to build up a good line and then propel forward. So an attack like this would have worked if I would have overextended my forces to the middle of the map here, but since I decided to play a little bit more conservatively, this did not work. So I recognize that I'm more than likely going to be overpowered early on since my units are destroyed, and I decided to move up some T-55s, and instead of putting them head to head against an Abrams, which is obviously going to overpower it, I choose to play back and put my T-55s in ambush points where they can't be seen by the recon, and it allows the enemy tanks to come down this main road and give me a good side shot. When you're dealing with units that are superior, you want to be a little bit more smart about your placement, and you'll see why that pays off in a sec. Here he comes sending in the Abrams. No, I don't want to compete with these Abrams head to head, so I make sure I scoop my T-55s off into hidden positions, and you'll see what happens in just a sec. And just like that, we're good. Now that I was able to stop the enemy's initial rush, I can now spend some time building up my defensive line, and then from there start thinking about my attack. I noticed this side is also a little weak, so I do the same thing I did over here with my T-55s, and I start to set up some ambush points for any enemy armor that tries to press through here. So I have let's fast forward a bit. Now he tries to rush with IFVs, and I have my T-55 hidden here in the forest, and when they get spotted I send it up, and this one tank does a pretty good job of stopping this whole attack. Keeping their enemy's recon blind so they can't see anything by using these buildings and forests. So then when the enemy IVs come up to capture this area, they don't realize the tank is here, and the tank has a field day. So this guy ended up losing a lot of IFVs, that's a lot of points wasted, and I only lost one tank out. Nope, I actually didn't lose any tanks out of that, so it's a really good exchange. I let the opponent have this building because it's fine, I don't really need it. I know where they're going, and I'll just bomb it with artillery. Notice that this right side is a bit empty, so I put some recon over here just to keep my eyes open. Got a pretty good setup. I put my T-55 off here to the left, so I'm not directly in front of the enemy tank, so when they come through, I can just pop them up and get some side shots. Just like that T-80 just got wasted just now because he sent it straight forward, even though it's a superior tank. He did not scout this area out and lost a good T-80. Send some infantry forward just to probe this area, see how many units he has here. And I bring up a mortar to drop some mortar fire on the building as well. Now I'm moving my T-55 because I see this infantry coming in, and I put them up and open fire from the side. Infantry here is really not going to serve any purpose for this my opponent here, because once I take them out, it's just a waste of points. They're not really in a position to really stop any attack of mine or stop any movement, so no really real benefit here. At this point, it's really more so just about holding our positions and with the way that our defense is set up and layered, they're not going to be able to press past this. So at this point, it's really just holding off until we win. But I just wanted to show how being a bit conservative can really prepare you for someone who tries to rush and spam with helicopters and recon.